there's a quiet crisis running beneath the headlines. Humanity is extracting, building, tossing, and then extracting again, an endless loop of take and waste. Landscapes are scarred, rivers poisoned, communities displaced. The Sustainable Development Goals were meant to guide us onto a safer path by 2030. But today, progress is stalling. Experts now ask a direct question. Could a global shift to a circular economy, where we rethink, reuse, repair, and recycle, help revive the SDGs and bring balance back to the Earth? The Chatham House report warns that without such a shift, we will not achieve the goals on time. The UN's own 2024 Progress Review found that only about 17% of SDG targets are on track, while many are moving backward. The challenge is enormous. Why does the circular economy matter so much? Because global material flows are out of control. Humanity now extracts close to 100 billion tons of raw materials every year, triple the rate of the last half-century. Yet, less than 10% of these materials are recycled back into productive use. The rest is wasted, burned, or left to pollute. But here's the good news. Scientists and economists agree that circular strategies could cut greenhouse gas emissions by a third, reduce pressure on raw resources, and create millions of new jobs. And this isn't just technical, it's deeply moral. The Quran gives us a lens for this. In Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 27, it says, "Indeed, the wasteful are brothers of the devils, and ever has Satan been to his Lord ungrateful." This verse frames waste not simply as inefficiency, but as a betrayal of trust, a misuse of blessings that harms both people and planet. Let's take a closer look around the world. In Europe, recycling systems are stronger, and the continent reports a circularity rate of about 12%. The European Union's circular economy package includes right-to-repair laws and restrictions on single-use plastics. Progress is real, though still uneven. In Asia, China leads with large-scale e-waste recycling and ambitious national targets for circularity. In India, the repair and reuse culture is being revived, supported by policy shifts. Across Southeast Asia, governments are experimenting with bans on plastic waste imports and new recycling hubs. In Latin America, projects in Brazil and Colombia are turning agricultural waste into valuable biomaterials. In Africa, innovators are transforming urban waste into building materials, energy, and even textiles. Yet these bright spots often struggle without global investment and stable policy. The Quran again offers insight. In Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verse 31, it says, "O children of Adam, take your adornment at every masjid, and eat and drink, but do not waste. Indeed, he does not like the wasteful." Notice the balance here. The Quran affirms that eating, drinking, and enjoying life are not wrong, but waste is condemned. It is the excess, the disregard for limits, that turns blessings into harm. The circular economy is essentially this teaching in practice. Enjoy resources, but loop them back. Use them wisely, design products to last, and avoid throwing away what still has value. But beyond waste, the Quran also speaks about justice in how resources are used. In Surah Al-Hadid, chapter 57, verse 7, it says, "Believe in Allah and His Messenger, and spend from what He has made you successors over. For those who have believed among you and spent, there will be a great reward." Here the emphasis is on stewardship. We are not absolute owners of the Earth's resources. We are caretakers. Circularity echoes this. We must pass on resources, land, and ecosystems in a state fit for the next generation. Now, let's connect this to the Sustainable Development Goals. Circular strategies are not about recycling alone. They touch every SDG, clean water and sanitation, by reducing plastic waste in rivers. Affordable and clean energy, by cutting energy demand in material production. Decent work and economic growth by creating new repair and recycling industries. climate action by lowering emissions from mining, logging, and production. Life on land and below water by reducing pollution and conserving habitats. But there are challenges. For example, not every bio-based solution is automatically sustainable. Switching to bioplastics without safeguards could cause deforestation or threaten food security. That's why careful design is essential. The Quran warns against corruption on earth in Surah Ar-Rum, chapter 30, verse 41. Corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea by what the hands of people have earned, so he may let them taste part of what they have done, that perhaps they will return. This verse is almost prophetic in our time. The pollution of rivers, the warming of seas, the deforestation of land, all are consequences of human excess. The invitation is to return to balance, to rethink our actions. Globally, experts propose 5 concrete moves to revive the SDGs through circularity. Set measurable targets, such as reducing material intensity and extending product lifetimes. Invest in infrastructure, repair hubs, sorting facilities, and urban mineral recovery. Redesign products with modularity, recyclability, and right to repair built in. Safeguard nature, ensuring bioeconomy projects don't displace people or destroy forests. Empower workers, especially those in the informal waste sector, giving them fair wages and safety. Each of these is not only a technical step, but also a moral act of justice. In Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 58, the Quran commands, "Indeed, Allah commands you to render trusts to whom they are due, and when you judge between people to judge with justice." The resources of earth are a trust. The SDGs themselves are a trust, an international pledge. To meet them, we must act with fairness, with justice, and with foresight. The road ahead is difficult, but not impossible. If nations align circular policies with SDG frameworks, if investors direct capital into responsible industries, if consumers shift habits from disposability to durability, then the goals can be revived. And the reward? A world with lower emissions, healthier ecosystems, millions of green jobs, and a chance at prosperity that does not destroy its own foundations. In the end, the Quran reminds us in Surah Ar-Ra'd, chapter 13, verse 11, "Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves." This is the essence of the circular revival. Global change begins with inner change, rethinking our habits, our economies, and our sense of responsibility. The circular economy is not only an environmental strategy, it is an ethical revolution. It is a chance to align our material world with spiritual wisdom, our consumption with conscience, and our future with justice.